We're also at 53 hours, which does mean also it's been in the shed for the winter, so probably need to look it over once before we actually do anything with it. So back here, and okay, condition 570. That's fine. Next service advised in 40 hours. So I did service it early last time, but that's all good. Climb back in that, and we'll get this on the field. And I'm going to break with tradition today for mowing, having had issues last time. So I'm going to set this up with a course play to do the centre of the field first and then finish with the headlands. And the reason I'm going to do that is because we will use this course on the baler, and it's much easier if the baler does the rows where the bales don't get in the way, and then does the headland where the bales could get in the way if you're doing rows. So that's the plan. Let's set up a course. Working width 9.9. Yeah. Multiple tools, 4 headlands. Do I need to do 4? I'll get 3. Narrow field deactivated. Start work on centre. Sharp headland corners activated. No. Deactivated. Number of round corners, as many as we have headlands. Headland creation clockwise, field margin 0, field centre up and down, even row width. That will level out the rows so that as it's working. Direction of rows, automatic, manual. Okay, automatic. Island bypass, there aren't any. Generate. So some of these options don't work, and I think it's because our field is so huge that it just can't cope. So anyway, what we want to do is make sure conditioner, I think conditioner switch off means it's currently on. That's good. Okay, and it's in swathing mode. So let's put a worker in that and jump out. Oops, what happened? Okay. That off. Oh, turn that off. Okay. Jake from State Farm is mowing the grass. So, that's happening. Next, I want to take this one and nope, cotton candy. Okay, we need to put maize in the ground. And again, this is good. Nice thing is you can definitely see where the weeds are in a sugar beet field. Not so much in a cereal field. Okay, good. Set course. So we'll do the same thing. This time I want top of the field. Yeah, we'll do centre first. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Do that, do that, do that, and do that. And it looks like I want to be round about here. Oh, it's doing rows sideways. Doing rows sideways. It's okay, we're planting corn. Where are you going? Oh, you're doing okay. Might miss a bit there. Actually, you know what? I'm going to turn that off and drive it round. So the reason I'm doing this is I think it's not gonna, the seeder was actually past the first waypoint, and so we would end up not planting part of this field, but right now that is looking mostly awesome. 30 minutes. You know what I didn't check was 1 hour. Okay. Where's my Lamborghini? Right there. We can turn off the course play block, turn that on, and connect to the weeder. So I only got one seeding, weeding field to do. And as I said, much easier to see where the weeds are on this field than it is on a lot of the cereal fields. And we do have, part of this field was ploughed, so we do have some of this will not have any weeds on at all. Okay, back to there. Auto width 39 feet. Set A 0 degrees back. And engage, lower, go. So this will be a fairly painless job. And also the vehicle monitor thing, inspector, does tell us how long course play is going to do the job as well. So kind of handy. I'm still waiting for the vehicle inspector to come out on 25, because I find solo play, it is incredibly useful to have. Unless you're starting, if you're starting from scratch with limited land and limited vehicles, you generally don't need it because you're driving the vehicle, and there's only one of them. If you're starting, if you're starting new farming, you usually start with 2 tractors, a harvester, some other bits and pieces. And so it does help to be able to monitor, although you're not starting with a lot of money. So again, you can just say, well, I'm going to be driving the vehicles because unfortunately everybody else costs me money and I don't have it. Okay, looks like this end of the field has no weeds in it. I'm still going to drive over it. I'm not sure if this is making any difference whatsoever to the weeding of this part of the field, environmental score that is, but I'm going to do it just in case it does. It's kind of like spraying herbicide. You can drive out onto a field, you can turn the herbicide sprayer on. If you've got the weed detector on it, if it doesn't detect weeds, it won't actively spray the ground, which means it won't poison your crop, but you will get the benefit of driving over the field with a weeder or with a herbicide, which is the maximum environmental score you can get, because obviously poisoning your crops with herbicide is apparently environmentally friendly. Not entirely convinced myself, but doing this apparently isn't environmentally friendly. I presume because I have to drive a tractor or something like that. or soil compaction because of the tractor. I don't know, but it seems a little bit backwards to me, but I'm not a farmer, I'm a computer programmer, so I don't know any better. Again, this is a big field. We're going to have to do this in the field that the corn maize seeders were currently running in. Now this is going to get a little bit more difficult as we go, because obviously since there's no weeds in this section of the field, I can't tell where I've been and where I haven't been. I wonder. Environmental score. Okay, let's pull this up here. This is the field we're in. I think I disconnected. Oh, soil, that's it. So this is at 62. Soil sampling, weed control is this middle one. Not registering at all. This one, well, we're constantly using a weeder on that part of the field, so I don't know. I can't remember whether weed control updates immediately or whether it updates when you harvest. Guessing it's probably immediately, so we're not having any impact on the lower part of this field. I think I'm going to skip it. I'm just going to run this over where there's weeds and we'll be good that way. I could get the sprayer and just run over the field with herbicide and nothing will happen because there's no weeds for it to kill, because it spot sprays, so it just boop, 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 boop. There's weeds, I'll kill them and poison your crop at the same time. Whereas and that might give us a very good environmental score, because I don't know, I have no rationalization for why it would work that way. Anyway, it'll make this job a little bit quicker though. So 2 weeds there. We'll pick this thing up and just do the bulk of the field at the north side. Alrighty, let's get this started. Whee! Lower the thing and cruise control. Let's go. And so I did widen the field on this left side and lengthen it on the top side. So there won't be any weeds at the absolute edge of the field here. Come on. What is the horsepower requirement of that? Headers, rollers, sprayers, fertilizers, weeders. 250 horse. That's very close to the horsepower of the Lamborghini, so it may struggle in places. I also don't know if I ran the sprayer over the field, do I have to cover 100% of it? Or it used to be you could just drive into the field, turn it on with the weed sensors on, and drive 5 feet, and you would get credit for, yep, you've removed all the weeds from the field because there are no weeds left on the field. So A little bit weird, but okay. Probably need to do alternate rows, I think. How about we try that? And again, the wider parts of the field are in the ploughed section, so I don't have to mess with that. I can't remember. I didn't plough it. It might be so long since the previous owner of that field has actually planted anything in it. But that's why there's no weeds here or there. Okay, Magnum is planting corn at 67%. I hope I don't need to go and buy more corn, because that would just be annoying. Or more seed, should I say. Don't even know how far we got yet. I suppose we could check on him. There. Okay, cultivated ground, seeded. Oh, he's working his way across down the field. So as soon as he gets to this area, he's going to start going full width. Yeah. So he's got a ways to go. This thing. He's actually not doing too badly. Obviously, he's got all of this bit of the field to do, but that's good. Okay. In the meantime, so I'll do alternate rows southbound. I can do consecutive rows northbound because we got a bigger turnaround area. And then we'll need to get the sprayer out. And I think when I get the sprayer out, I can spray this field and then probably go and do a couple of fertilization contracts while we're waiting for other things to happen. Oops, still missed. That's okay. Kind of, sort of. Unfortunately, weeders are not fast pieces of equipment. Well, we learnt that back in Farm Sim 17 when weeders added a level of fertilization. So you could actually, what was it? Spread manure or slurry, plant a field, spray it immediately, run the weeder over it, and you got 3 levels of fertilization. And that was all you needed to do, and you didn't risk driving over the crop and crop destruction or anything like that by doing that. Ah, I can fill in the gap going back the other way. That's clever. Okay, I think that's what we'll do. There we go. So get a bit past it. There's enough room to turn around. And back we go. So I will need to do the right hand edge. Oh, I don't. We'll see how it works out. I got no plans here. I'll just get it done. What is the time? Oh, we're up to 3 hours. Good grief. It's 11:30 already. Nearly time for food, so I guess we've been live for 3 hours. Yeah, we've been live for 3 hours. It's 11:30. I actually started on time today, or closer to on time than I normally do. Get this. I'll finish this job off and then we'll call it a day. Okay, there we go. That should give me better coverage. And then what I'll do at the end, I'll just run across the top here, take out the last few weeds, and everything will be good. Awesomely excellent or something. And then after the stream, I can spray this field after the stream, maybe June, when we have to do the weeding and the spraying on the cornfield. I'll spray the field first and then do the weeding off camera. Because this is not a fast piece of equipment. Obviously the sprayer is self-propelled. About 15 miles an hour on that one, which is all good. As per normal, this is the old edge of the field where the tree line was, and then we had to plough the ground where we had trees. I think I chopped them down and threw them away. The wood wasn't particularly good for processing. Because they were all gnarly trees rather than pines or spruce. But it did mean I can get rid of them fairly quickly. All you have to do is chop them and then delete them using the Easy Development Toolkit, which is terribly handy. Now that said, having discovered that after the Platinum Edition, where we got Silver Run Forest, apparently wood chips are now worth double what they used to when the game was released. There is an argument to be made to chip anything you chop, because it'll be worth your time. Okay. Up to the end, so I'm going to do 2 rows this way. Oh, and the field is slightly wider than the width of this device, so it is what it is. 11 minutes left on the seeder. 40 minutes left mowing. This is a little unfortunate. no matter how I look at this, unfortunately I'm going to end up in the middle of the field when we're done. That's fine. Should be able to look at the environmental score once this is all done. Now the other thing here with manual seeding, I have planted to the edge of the field. With the maize field, we are going to have rounded edges, and I will contour those out. Kind of like the top of this field, we got rounded edges at the top here where it's just a lot of hassle to harvest into the corner, especially if I'm doing a worker. I don't need to be doing the corners myself. And the workers don't generally do square corners on headlands particularly well. Although I'm guessing some of the improvements made to how coarse play works lately might remedy that action. I can see my cedar in the distance. That's cool. Oh, he's on headlands.